Should Cam Newton be paid as one of the top quarterbacks in the league? Is Cam Newton one of the top, I'll throw a number out there, one of the top 10 or 12 quarterbacks in the league?
Well, $100 million is what all of them are getting.
No, that's what the top quarterbacks are getting.
No,
is he one of the top quarterbacks in the league?
See, I don't like that term, $100 million. It's like when you go see the tag on a car. You know that's not really the price of the car. $100 million doesn't mean anything. It's the guaranteed money that means something. Mm-hmm. And is he worth it? Tannehill's worth $96 million. He's worth $100 million. I mean, where you going to go find somebody to replace him?
No, that's the tough part. It's hard to find guys
to
replace a quarterback as good as Cam Newton. But how good is he?
No, but then I'll shut up. But Drew Brees didn't win a Super Bowl until he was in his 12th year or something like that.
Elway, 15th and 16th years.
Sure. Peyton Manning was around till 2006, so he was there 7 or 8 years. Mm-hmm. Cam Newton, I still have faith in him that at some point he will if they ever get a great defense there, like they used to have under John Fox, they'll be a.
Let me play a game with you, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to name a quarterback. You tell me if Cam is worse or better than this quarterback, okay? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to count. Tom Brady.
Worse.
Okay. Aaron Rodgers.
Worse.
Peyton Manning.
Worse.
Come on now. Andrew Luck.
Worse.
Russell Wilson.
Same.
Really? Okay.
Very similar styles.
You can chime in here too. Ben Roethlisberger.
Well, I agree with him. When I disagree with him.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Worse.
Cam Newton is worse. Mm-hmm. Drew Brees.
Drew's on decline. Worse.
Okay. Eli Manning.
Better.
Okay. Matthew Stafford.
Better.
Oh, he's got to be better than Matthew Stafford.
Tannehill.
Same.
Tannehill had a lot better numbers last year.
Different style of offense, though. Different structure.
Romo.
Romo's better. Romo is better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Cam's worse.
Yes.
Phillip Rivers.
Worse is
Phillip
not a
Rivers
good
is
way. Better.
All right. Matt Ryan.
Iceman.
Push.
A push? Okay. So you've basically got him. Those are the top quarterbacks in the league. You've got him basically ranked around 9.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, see, but that's a little bit unfair. Jay Cutler,
better. I didn't include him for a reason.
I can give you 16 quarterbacks.
No, I know. But my point is, who's he worse than? So you named 8 guys he was worse. So he's like number 9, number 10.
But okay, let's think about this.
So should he be paid like a top quarterback in the league?
Yes, because to Woody's point earlier, this is what quarterbacks get paid.
Yeah.
5 years, $100 million is a standard deal, whether you're Andy Dalton or now Cam Newton. Andrew Luck may get a little bit above that.
Not a little, a lot,
or more guaranteed money, or whatever the case may be. But that seems to be the standard deal. So while it's disgusting money on one hand for a guy who has a overall losing record,
yeah, he's 30 and 31 in his career,
and is a more talented athlete than he is a true great quarterback. Quarterback is a long-term position. It takes a long time to really work out all the kinks. The possibility is still out there. And
in fairness, he hasn't been surrounded by great offensive skill players.
Right. And there are not 32 starting level quarterbacks in the NFL. So you're going to let this guy go and get who?
No, it's a great point.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if he should be paid like the elite in the league. And I guess you have to. You really have to, because where are you going to turn?
Come back. I mean, except for Roethlisberger, that came up. Roethlisberger got the Super Bowl early and won it, and Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson plays with a great, and that's why you kind of put them even, because Russell Wilson takes advantage of a very conservative offense with a great defense. Mm-hmm. And if you put Cam Newton with Seahawks, I'd say he could have been in 2 Super Bowls.
I would
because he can float around, he can run the ball. He's a strong arm. You put a defense. That's where I keep wondering myself. I spend entirely too much time thinking about the Broncos, and you talk about the defense. That if Peyton reins it in, which he will be asked to, like John Elway did at the end of his career. John sucked up his ego and gave the ball to Terrell Davis, and you look at the numbers of how his passing was at the end of his career. His passing percentage went up because John never really had a great passing percentage. He was 50, 54%. I mean, he was never up at higher than 55%. I think that's got to be, Peyton's got to set his ego and his record thinking about, how's that for a sentence?
Aside.
Forget what I said
Yeah.
earlier, but he has to set that aside. And that's the chance I think they have, is to be like the Broncos at the end of Elway's career.
Yeah, I said that after the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Is you've got to go with that model and run the ball and create more balance, because it only makes the passing game more efficient. You won't put up the same Star Wars numbers, but it makes it more efficient. So you go from Peyton could possibly be above a 70% passer with a strong running game to support him.
How many people, Steve Young, how many quarterbacks have ever had 70%?
I can't think of more than
Steve Young,
one
I
or
think,
two.
had
Yeah.
the best at like 68% or something
Yeah.
like that.
Well, guys are touching those numbers now.
They're close. They're 68,
Yeah.
67% seems to be what
do
the
you
elite
think,
guys are.
and there's a reason. There's a reason for that. As a former defensive player, why are guys completing such a high percentage of passes?
The rules are obviously slanted, very much slanted towards the offense. It's almost impossible as a defensive back to know when you can hit a guy and where you can hit a guy. And if it's a jump ball situation, you have to expect a flag at least 50% of the time. The rules, the way the game is called, not just the rules themselves, but how the rules are interpreted on the field, are all heavily slanted towards the offense. And that's why you have to be such a great mind to play on the defensive side of the ball to deal with all the crap the league puts you through.
This great mind is Chad Brown, and this segment is sponsored by John Elway Chevrolet, Colorado's #1 Chevy dealer.